Hi there, it's Claire Berry here. I am here again to talk with you guys about basically how my first week is going as a raw vegan. I've decided to do this 80-10-10 fruitarian banana girl lifestyle, and I'm absolutely loving it. Basically, I want to say Happy New Year's. I hope that your New Year's is looking as bright as mine. I am absolutely thrilled with everything going on in my life right now. I feel like it's a really exciting time, and going vegan is only part of it, but it's such a huge part of it, and it's just really exciting. So basically, I just want to say for everyone right now, whether you happen to be one of the few people that are watching my videos who are meat eaters, or if you're one of the few people that are watching my videos and you're a vegan, or anywhere in between, I want you to start tracking your not your calories, not just writing down what you eat every day and looking at it on a piece of paper. I want you to go to Cronometer.com. I want you to go to FitPal if you need to, or any other website that can give you a really good idea of your nutrients that you're getting on a daily basis, because I think a lot of us just kind of naturally believe, oh, we're eating like the government, wants us to eat or whatever. So we're surely getting like a good variety of nutrients and all of this, but I don't think we realize how not only lacking but also detrimental that our standard American diets are, and even healthy standard American diets. Really, any subtle variation, where people think, oh, I'm just so much healthier than most people. Really, they're only changing like one thing. Like, let's say you're just you just take out red meat or something, and you're just, oh, I'm so healthy, I'm doing great things. Or you cut out dairy even, you're like, oh, I'm doing great things for my health, and you are. But there's still probably, without cutting out a lot of other things, there's a lot that can throw you way over, where you want to be on some things, and way under where you want to be on other things. So really, a lot of this whole video is just going to be talking about tracking your nutrients. So, and another thing, some tips for the newbies, besides track your nutrients, is just like, don't worry about calories at all the first few days, just because I don't even know why exactly, but I was eating 6,000 and 5,000 calories each day, and I woke up the next day and I was feeling great. The first day I was completely raw. The second day I was completely raw except for potatoes in the evening. We did raw till 4, and on New Year's Day, or New Year's Eve day actually, I woke up and I remember resting my hand on my stomach, and I was just like, whoa, like you could feel the difference. And my stomach was feeling just flatter. I was having a lot more energy. I already started noticing as quickly, as this week, and had been on the diet for less than 3 and 4 and 5 days, when I'm realizing that I'm getting through the day, and you think you're always going to be more hungry. But as you eat these bigger mono meals and your belly gets used to it, you're really not any more hungry than a regular meal. So I realized that I was able to go to the store and start making it, home without even getting cranky, and making it home without binging on the first easy food to find, which was a huge issue for me, as I've spoken about in other videos. I just was a big binger, and I got really cranky, and I can tell now. I've had enough experience with, I used to have to take care of a diabetic child. I've had enough experience to notice, what was going on with my body, and start to notice what high blood sugar feels like, and, just to think about those things. And so I really can feel like the first few days I was getting a lot of sugar rushes from the dates, especially, and sometimes the bananas. And I was having, an issue with just eating such a high level of sugar. But now that I'm used to it, like I said, I'm not hungry in between meals, which is pretty amazing for me. I can make it to the store and back, and carrying around, it's a big workout for me, carry around all that food and corral the boys and everything. So just some great benefits, and not having a crash at the end of the day, or in the middle of the afternoon. There's no ups and downs. Your blood sugar, even though you don't have as much, protein sticking to your ribs, that's what they tell you, it's not really even about that. I mean, I can bring a smoothie with me if I need some more volume, or just drink more water, which is what we should be doing anyways, but there's enough in there, and it's really, a lot of it is is about blood sugars and different things, and not just, how much is actually sitting in your stomach, if you catch my drift. So, anybody who talks about nutrient density, that's my next point here. I got into a discussion with a gentleman on Facebook, and he was one of the paleo, Weston A. Price people, defending Weston A. Price of all things, and saying that, oh, because this guy is standing up here, first of all, he's like a biochemist. He's not even like any sort of a real like doctor, he has a PhD in biochemistry or whatever, but not a practicing doctor, trying to sit there and tell everybody that, meat and everything is just so much better for you because it's nutrient dense. I'm like, are you serious? If you go to any nutrition, scoring system, vegetables, kale's like up there at 1,000 as far as nutrient density goes. Like, these foods, they're telling you they're nutrient dense, and they're not. They're not nutrient dense at all. If you take 3 ounces of beef as opposed to 3 ounces of hemp hearts, you have the same amount of protein, the same amount of iron, virtually, the same amount of calories. What you have when you are consuming hemp is another list of, pretty good, long, chunky list of different vitamins and minerals. And what you have with beef are just those few little minerals that you are normally, used to seeing on a nutrition label. And this is something else to think about. When, we're calculating up, let's say you're eating a standard American diet, and more than half of the things that you're eating are going to be from a box. You're going to be able to look at it, and if there's not, if it's not already on Chronometer, then you would go and type in your info. And so when you're typing in these unhealthy foods, you realize they're only having, maybe that's got a little bit of iron, maybe it's got a little calcium, just a little bit of that, or whatever. Maybe it's, who cares what it is. But in comparison, when you eat these real foods, you notice that all of these different categories, the vitamins, they're all going up. It's not just, you're writing down a few little nutrients. Your calcium, your phosphorus, your manganese, selenium, all these zinc, things that you're going to maybe go on a standard American diet. You may find your zinc. You may pay for your zinc and some extra cough drops when you get a cold because you're not taking it in. So you're paying extra, and you think it's cheaper to eat that way. No, you eat your fruits and vegetables, and that way, you're having very high amounts, good amounts of everything, even the proteins and the amino acids. It's all the same. And the fats, your good fats. It's I just really, really recommend that, especially if you are going to be in arguments with people. You really need to make sure that what you're doing is the best, if that's what you're promoting. And I can guarantee you, if you look at my old Fit Pal, when I was a meat eater, and even a healthy meat eater, and even a mostly vegetarian meat eater, I was still making huge mistakes, and my ratios would have been just so messed up. The ratios really do matter. I've only been doing this for less than a week, and I can tell you that it really, really matters. Basically, the first day I did completely raw. I felt great the next day. I ate 6,000 calories, people, and I woke up feeling slimmer and stronger the next day. I had 168 grams of protein, which is too much. I had too many nuts that day, but I still was pretty close to the 80-10-10. I did about 79, 11, 11. So I was really proud of myself. I hit about 87% of calories, even though I wasn't tracking. And the thing about it is I haven't really gone that low in nutrients after that, because I've been tracking, and I can keep track of, oh, I need some, calcium. Oh, I better eat, an orange or something. So it helps you in that way. And it's also really good to go ahead and look at, your trends, and over time, you can look at your nutrients, not just in the day, but over this week or whatever. What have you done? So, like I said, I felt really great after the first couple of days on 80-10-10, and then came New Year's. Like I said, I probably feel like I felt great the next day compared to how a lot of people probably felt that day, but I was really disappointed with myself because I had went ahead and actually eaten completely non-vegan. I splurged late that night on a cornmeal cheese. It was organic cheese pizza, but it was real cheese, and it really wasn't worth it at all. I've had better pizzas without cheese. I ate a pretty good piece over the course of the day, and I also had some tortilla chips. They were organic and they were blue corn, no salt added, but they did have a lot of oil. So between those two things, that was a big bulk of my diet that just threw me off track for New Year's Day. Even though for the rest of the day I turn around and eat really, really, really well, really, really raw, lots of variety, good salads. I still only hit 89% of my calories for that day because I had wasted basically so much of my bulk eating non-nutritious foods that I just couldn't fix it, even though I ate so well. So I had about 60% carbs, 10% protein, and about 30% fats, vaguely. And basically, just way, way, way over 718% of the fats that I needed for that day. So that is crazy. So, and this is 31% of a high calorie diet was in fats, based on just these two foods, just two little foods, one little meal, basically, or one big meal basically threw me off so far to where I'm, no longer even low fat. I'm nowhere even close. I'm very much eating a regular amount of fat and upward of the high limit of eating fat. Now that was with, like I said, one little meal of cheese. It was still vegetarian. So imagine if you're not a vegetarian, I mean, how crucial it is if you want to stay healthy, and not just slim, but if you want to stay healthy, you need to stay under 40% of calories from fat, regardless of whether you believe Weston A. Price or whatever. Even Weston A. Price will tell you when you read the fine print after they tell you through their whole website, oh, eat meat liberally. They'll say, oh no, about 40%. If you're eating meat liberally, it's not 40%. You need to be keeping your eye on this, because I'm really getting worried about people now who are eating meat and meat products. Even if you don't eat meat, you're eating all these animal products. It's going to be really giving you a lot more fat than you think, especially with portion sizes. So just be careful with that. Pay attention to it. Me, on the other hand, I'm going to be just keeping on staying, raw with this, and raw till 4. Basically, I turned around the day after my really, really bad day. I turned around, did a lot of water. I've just been really loving the banana flaxseed smoothie, lots and lots of water, at least 20 ounces. Just go ahead and do all of the bananas. Just do a big meal. Don't kid yourself and say, oh, I can't do, a big meal, a mono meal. Like, if you're a beginner like me, you're telling yourself that. It's just a bunch of bunk. Just go ahead and make the smoothie. You will drink it. If you're too full to drink it all in one setting, get up, move around, come back 20 minutes later, your smoothie, shake it up again. It's going to be great. Even put it in the fridge for a little bit. You don't need to waste it or say you can't do it. Just drink it later, because your foods are going to be going, since they're going through your system so much faster, you'll be ready for them much sooner. So I am finding that with just the water, bananas, and flaxseed, again, you need it crushed, but I just find that my blender does a good enough job if I just crush those up in there first, and with the smoothie it just blends up fine. And with a few tablespoons of those, I'm really able to get a huge bulk, at least half of my nutrients in, just with a tiny little breakfast meal, of bananas, basically. So the only other thing that I'm really having trouble with is, up until today, is really staying on not doing raw until 4. I've been wanting to do it earlier. So that is just one minor little thing that I've noticed. Sticking to a lot of really good salads. I actually splurged at the store and I did get a Roxy's banana nut bread cookie, and it was raw and it was pretty well on ratio, so I really didn't have a problem with that, and it was absolutely delicious. So I guess I recommend those. I don't know what other people feel, but it was a nice little treat that day. So I was back down to about 2,600 calories. My protein was way down to about 49 grams, 110%. My fat is still way over, though, even as of yesterday. I guess for my ratio, it's just because I ate a lot. It looks like it says my fat is 197%, but I got 93% of my nutritional targets, and I did about, carbs are 81. I did about 81,613. So, I have a little work to get back on target completely, but I'm doing pretty well today. Today I'm at about only 1,320 calories right now. Just basically all I've had is bananas and flaxseed and water. Oh my gosh, is that all I've eaten today? I feel amazing. Like, I feel like I have a lot of stamina. I feel like I have a lot of focus. And wow, I can't believe that is all I've eaten today, because it's just getting easier and easier. So I did get some other things. I'm noticing that I really just need to get the bulk items, because going through the dates so fast, it's really not economical for me to buy those in such a small quantity. Really going to have to keep on looking to find a good source. Haven't found any yet. If anybody knows a really good source in Kansas City, I guess maybe I should just talk to the grocery store, perhaps. I don't know, but I got some turnips. I'm excited to try those. I'm going to be doing a lot of, I started out just doing a little bit of like peanut butter, which was bad, mixed in with my berries. And I said, oh, peanut butter and jelly, don't worry about it. So going to maybe add some almonds in with the flax and bananas, and maybe some berries. And if I don't do the berries, I'll stick to a banana, maybe almond, flax, and a little bit of carob powder to make that really, really just super delicious. And I'm loving all the carrot recipes too. Yesterday I did a good carrot and spiced it up, bananas and some apple in there. Really, really, really delicious. So, and again, if you need to sweeten it up, a little bit of sugar, some dates. It's just an amazing way to eat, and it's amazing that it tastes so good too. I just can't stop gushing. That's why my stinking videos are always so long. Nobody wants to watch them. But another thing I do is cilantro in the salads, parsley. I got a lot of that, and then with the kale, just all together. Lemon juice, maybe a little bit of avocado, not too much. It's all you need. It's just so freaking delicious. Or maybe some nuts in there too. I'm really kind of a fan. We got some good fresh blackberries on sale and some kiwi. Can't wait to eat those up. Got some orange juice, and oh, I got these big bags of berries. Darn it, I wanted to show you. I got some big bags of wild berries. One of them is mixed berries, and one of them is berries with mango, and I'm really, really excited about those, because you guys have seen me just put those in the water, but for all the smoothies, and really berries are just a super nutritious food coming from Clary Berry. So don't forget, eat your carbs, eat your calories. Don't forget to track on Chronometer. I want to see you guys on there. We can be friends, okay? Remember that your nutrient-dense foods are going to be your fruits and vegetables. Do not get caught in the jargon of these people who tell you this stuff is what it is. It's not nutrient-dense, and it's also not traditional. There's a lot of sources out there coming out now saying that, the hunters and gatherers did not eat. They were largely, vegetarian. They were not out there, it was not as easy as people think to catch a bunch of meat for a big family. It was a lot easier for them to find what they could. So look it up. It's out there. Always check your sources, as we've learned with the saturated fat studies that I posted about. And just know that when you're on this, you're going to feel great. After the initial detox symptoms, your energy is going to be so level. I can go to the store and not even get cranky. There's no crash. There's less of a tongue coating on my tongue, which is really, good in Chinese medicine. They're always checking your tongue. There's no congestion. I wake up every day and I don't have to sit there and get that congestion out every single day. And if I do eat crappy, then I do notice that right away. So it's just extra motivation for you not to eat bad. And before, you're just like, oh, calories, whatever, I'm hungry, I don't care. But now it's like you genuinely don't want to feel bad, so you just don't buy the crap and you don't eat it. You're genuinely doing because you love yourself, and you're genuinely doing it because you want to have a better life, not just some superficial reason. So that's another reason why it sticks, besides it just tastes good and it's what your body wants. We are just so conditioned, don't eat your fruit, don't eat too much fruit, you can get fat or sugar and blah blah blah, and you gotta save room for your meal that'll stick to your ribs and blah 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 blah. But we've been so off, we don't notice these effects of, after just a few days of eating this way, you will feel these effects and what this food is actually doing to you, which is you think is normal. And it has become your normal because you've been eating standard American diet for your whole entire life. And it's just really, it's like a big conspiracy against fruit. It is. Like, who's running this conspiracy? And I'm pretty sure I know it's the meat pushers. I mean, who else is it? they're out there trying to come up with ways to make you want to buy it because it's more healthy, because they know that's the route that people are taking. They know people are getting healthier and healthier every year, and they went on a campaign. And no, not all of it was over the table so that everybody could see what they were doing. I guarantee you they have something to do with all of these faulty studies, all of these I mean, that's exactly what I found. These studies are coming out. You look at the click on that affiliations link on all the saturated fat is healthy studies. All of them. Dairy Council, Dairy Council, Dairy Council. It's not rocket science, people. I keep saying that. Your cravings and stuff, they're not cravings. It's just your bad habits and your addictions. And once you get rid of those, it'll be very hard to get back on those because you will actually feel it. But that's if you ever get off. So anyway, first things first, just get on Cronometer and, eat your fruit.